So, this is what's new for us in South Africa. Husbands can now take their wives' surnames legally. And this caused a bit of stir between what I'd like to call the culturalists and the progressives. So the progressives, basically, what the progressives were saying was, it should be okay. Like it should be a matter of personal choice and preference whether uh, a couple chooses the husband's name or the wife's name, and the traditionalists were like, no, this is against culture, this is wrong, what. And there's been movements trying to like completely collapse this. And during my time, like coming across this as like a story that was taking place on the planet, I stumbled across a TikTok live, and it was like a panel discussion thing based off of this topic. And I joined it. I'm gonna put the footage. I remembered to capture the footage of what was going on and the discourse that was there. Bear in mind, I was not there to troll. Well, not I wasn't there to troll too much. But then, things started happening in my IRL life and I had to leave the stream. But here's 20-minute footage of the sheer crash out that I stumbled into. So, for prior context, before I started recording, people were calling out the moderator for the stream for being like draconian. And judging by the tone of her voice when I got in, her, they, I don't remember, judging by the tone of their voice, I'll just use that for now, they were pretty triggered. And I believe that's the first mistake you can make in any sort of like societal discourse is getting triggered. Because the moment you're upset, people will stop taking you seriously. Right. And this is something that I wanted to like say to them when I finally got a chance onto the panel, but life got in the way. I wanted to tell them, I was like, hey, maybe you should calm down. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying, like, maybe you should chill out. You feel me? Because when you start screaming at people and start, like, banning people willy nilly, not too good. And then as the stream went on and I finally got a chance to get on, I realized that this wasn't very well moderated because some of the rules that were set by the host were a bit strange because I was like, so how are you going to have like an exchange of ideas with rules like these? And hopefully I recorded it in the hopefully I recorded it. If I didn't, just shoot it in the comments and I will find that piece of information and like make a follow-up video or something. But yeah, have a listen.
Allow another to speak.
Guys, here's the funny part. Pumi is above you. Here's the funny part. Pumi is above you, quiet. Because Pumi is understanding how the live is working. Pumi was before all of you. Sorry. Also mute, right?
Way before.
But you want to speak above me so badly. It is jumping out of your soul. I want to understand why. But you unpack that later on. But the point still stands. Even here, you want to oppress me who has power over you. And you want to question how I have power over you. I've muted you multiple times. That's the power I have over you. If you don't like that power, I'm sorry. I don't know how to help you.
Man,
but they have made me that power.
Either you are
the power to run this life in their
absence. Challenged because I asked beforehand.
Yes, and you will answer. I'm saying to you. I'm not saying you're going to answer.
You engaged nature.
See, that wasn't even me who dropped you. That's the funny part. It wasn't even me who dropped you. Again, I don't understand why it is you wouldn't want to wait until I'm done to make my point, then you can speak. That's fine. Right? The point is you might want to press why you want to be oppressors and have power in every situation in your life. Because the system doesn't give you power as a black person. And it doesn't give you power as it's literally it. Why do you want to have power over somebody so bad? It's a point now we're making up such a situation of cultural contamination. I'm done. He would have spoken now, but he couldn't wait.
So I'm noticing a pattern here. And this is what the host was also doing. You were doing it elevate. You want to interject.
What did I do?
You see, I haven't made my point.
But you're accusing me. What did I do?
Yeah, but I haven't made my point. How are you going to find out? This is what I'm saying, Uguti. When people want to make points, you guys quickly jump in. And even when they make their point, you quickly jump in, and then someone says something, you also want to be the one that's answering it. And when another person makes another point, you also want to be the one answering it, to a point that we can't even, it's becoming your show, basically. We shouldn't say anything that can trigger you, because every time you get triggered or you hear a certain word, you are going to jump in. And now you are threatening people by putting them down if they don't do what you
That
say.
was not me.
Yeah, but you made a threat, though. You made it. You
Yeah,
said
but all I
you're
did,
gonna.
I muted his mic so I could make my points. I did not
It's
drop him.
fine. It's fine. But now you are. So now everybody must hold their line, because if you are saying something, or if I'm saying something and you want to jump in, and if I want to stand up for it, the chances of me being dropped are very high, because you don't like that.
But here's the thing, right? Were you not here when Dev said they are leaving?
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there
Okay,
when that was said.
so can I give you what Dev said as they left?
Okay, go
So
ahead.
so before you accuse me of doing things that I was told to do by the live host, nature, can you maybe it will come from a man, it will come softer. I don't know.
Oh my
Maybe you can tell
gosh.
them what Dev said to us.
No, this is not a because you are a woman, that's why I won't listen to you. That's just very wrong to me.
No. But
Now you are
I'm
making
telling you what Dev.
assumption.
I'm telling you what Dev said.
Now you are making me look as if, because you are a woman, I
No,
won't listen to
that's
you
not what
or
I
what you are
said.
saying. That's what you are doing
That's
by
not what
telling
I
nature to
said.
jump
Elevated,
in.
can I ask you something? Elevated, can I ask you something? Have you noticed that star 5 star doesn't interject when you're speaking? Lets you speak until there's a gap where there's quietness, and then he responds. And you, even when he's speaking, not even taking a pause, you interject. Have you noticed that?
Here's the thing, right? Have you guys been on the panel before? This live?
No, it's not about being
No,
here,
not
guys.
not on the
No,
not
the
on the
thing is,
panel, but I've
guys.
seen, but
It's
I've
not
been on the
about, okay,
comments.
to be quite honest, we came here because we saw the prompt. Well, I'm
Yes.
not here because you Elevate is here, or nature is here, or any other person is here, or Pumi is here. No, I came because I saw the topic, it was interesting to me, and I listened. Before I jumped in, I listened to the host, and I could understand that, okay, they're having a cordial conversation, and I jumped in with my ideas or my thoughts, right? I have no problem with you making your own thoughts. That's not an issue. You can say what you want and stand for what you want to stand for, and we can find each other. And I can resist some of the things that you say. Maybe when I'm alone, I can rethink them, and I'll be like, but I think Elevikes was right on this topic, and I can change my mind based on that. However, the problem that I'm noticing is that you guys, what you are doing is that you are interjecting at every point when you hear something that triggers you. And now you just told nature to come in, because maybe because he's a man, he will speak softer. Because now you are creating a narration that because you are a woman, I don't want to listen
No,
to you.
because it tends to happen, Star, and you've done it
Yeah, but it's
multiple
not done
times.
by me. I wasn't
Wait,
there when that was happening.
hold
I
on, right?
wasn't
Because
there when that was happening.
because apparently I'm being a dictator. So I'm not going to control the live now, right? I'm not going to control the live. I'm even going to drop to the comments. I'm going to let. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, you will move here. Just hold on. You won't.
Elevator, this is not about you going down.
No, I'm gonna drop.
It's,
No, hold on. I'm gonna
it's
drop,
not
right?
about
Because
you going
no,
down,
oh,
Elevator.
whoa, 5 star. Hold on, just stop. I'm gonna drop, right? Because me now, I'm being a dictator, right? So I'm gonna let. No, but I was told to not control the live
No,
premium.
no, 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 don't leave. We just correcting each other. And if you
Point,
say
No.
that we
Elevated.
are
Here's the
wrong,
thing.
then
Um,
Here's the thing.
excuse me,
Elevated.
excuse me, excuse
Elevate.
me.
Oh, Dev, hi, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hi, Sipo, please don't leave.
No,
I already
hold
made
on,
it. I made
hold
it
on.
very clear when I left that the people in charge of the live while I was gone, I'm still gone. I had to come back because I can hear everything. Um, Sipo is in charge, Nature and Gutle, and this was before Gender Ender came up. But now that they're here, they're also in charge. Like these are people who I'm in lives with, who I care about, who I love, and they are people who I can leave my spaces to, and they are mods. They are moderators. So if Sipo is conducting this live in a way, you're just gonna have to adjust, and then I'll come back, and then your contention can be towards me and what happened. But like,
Okay, since you are
these
here,
people are moderators.
Bianca, since you are here, before you go away, this is what I'm raising here. That we can't, as a moderator, you can't now want to jump in at every point that I make. If I make something that triggers you or that you don't like, you want to interject. and you want to allow me again. When I say something, before I even get to my point, there's so many interjections to a point that we even lose what we're trying to say. Now we end up talking about something else that we didn't start from. And while you were gone, Dredd was threatened by being taken down because he's making a point that he said he wanted to speak before Elevated wanted to speak, and that's what he was telling.
I was able to hear
Yes.
everything. I
Another
was
one.
listening in.
Let me say the last one. Let me say the last one.
It
Can I
wasn't
say the
really a
last one?
threat. Yes, go
Okay, can
ahead.
I say the last one? The last one was
Yeah.
Elevated. Elevated said to Nature, Nature, come in, maybe because you are a man. And that creates a narration that because she is a woman, I am not trying to listen to her. These are the problems that, or these are the concerns that we are trying to raise.
Um, the National Department of Hosting has received your complaints and is going to be logging them. I am now going to trust my moderators again. Y'all are going to talk. And yeah, I will be back. Okay, everybody.
I
Okay.
just
Sipo,
find
don't you go anywhere. Nature, don't you go anywhere. Yeah.
sorry,
Please.
elevator. Can I go before you do? I just want to say that there's something that the host said before, which was that on their platform, they're not going to conduct it like other people. They allow for interjections to happen, and then from there, those people would cordially decide who goes first. So, Dredd saying that, oh, I want to speak first, does not entitle him to speaking first. If he is asking, that means he requires permission. If that permission is not given, then it's not right for you guys to kind of just be like, oh my gosh, Dredd is the victim. At the end of the day, you guys, you can leave this platform, but Elevates will stay. They'll come back other days, and that's why they're in the role of moderating, because there's someone that's here consistently and is keeping up with the way that the host wants it to be conducted. So I understand what you guys are saying. Fair enough. But this is how the host wants their platform to be run. So if you would like another format, then it really is up to you to create that space or not accept this one.
So Nature,
Yeah.
there's no we and you guys. Let's fix that one. I'm not here to debate all of you because you guys are all in this life every day. I'm not here for that. I came because I saw the prompt. I don't. I, it's not important to me who is on it and who's not on it. I'm not here because you are here or Elevated is here or any other person. I'm here because the host hosted a live and she has a prompt. We are not here
Not
to
she,
collect
it's
points. Can I
they,
finish? Can I
them. The
finish?
host is
Can I
not,
finish?
the host is not she. This is the
Yeah?
thing. Like,
The host is
that's
not she.
the host is, it's literally in their name, they, them. They don't
Oh,
go by
okay.
she.
I thought she was a okay. I don't know, but I because of what of the voice tone, that's why I thought she. Yeah.
And that's exactly why they put it there beforehand.
Where?
In their name, the one that you said is Chinese, and then they corrected you and said is Korean.
Yeah, but I'm saying her name is Bianca, so she.
So what does that
Hey,
mean?
Budi.
Guys, I'm
Okay,
getting
so
confused now.
yeah, okay, let's be simple then. Whenever you feel like using she, use they. Okay?
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware that there were
Yeah.
certain ways of
It's
saying.
the no, it's called pronouns.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that we had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
wasn't aware.
respect those here.
So
That's
yeah,
okay. We
that's.
respect
I'm
them
not
here.
trying.
Here we
I was not
respect
trying
them.
to. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I was
No,
simply
we
saying
understand
she
that.
because yeah.
As I think someone said this earlier, we need to correct each other. Yes. So now let's use
Yes.
they. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So now you can carry on. We don't
Corrected.
have to.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Corrected.
go.
So my point here gender I
Gender,
can't find the full one. So
gender,
anyway, so my point is here. I'm not here because the people that are almost or all every time they're
yeah,
here we are
we
here.
heard that. We heard that. You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that
So
now.
the point here is that I'm here because of the prompt and I want to put my mind to it, right?
Okay. Okay.
But okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's, you vocalized that. You said that to Dev, and now you're saying it back to me. So if you want to make a submission, go ahead, make a submission. But there's no need to be redundant.
I already made my submission. Maybe you can give it to someone else.
Okay, cool. Moonkid, I assume you wanted to say something. I think the provision that was made previously was that surnames could be double barrel, but right now the ruling has been that men are allowed to take their wife's surname. Well, making it a ruling
So
does open it up to everyone being able to decide.
okay. So the thing is, there are amendments being made in order to, can I say, consolidate the different marital laws that we have in our country. There's the Marriage Act, there's the Civil Unions Act, and then there's also the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act. So in order to work towards that, and obviously meeting the standard of the Constitution and equality. They're just trying to make sure that people have options that are equal to the other. That's it. It's an option. Like the legal framework is not must. For people who use the legal framework as a principle thing, where the only reason that they don't do things is because it's illegal, immediately think that things that are legalized are things that they must do. Like, I don't know if I need to preach people to get up and have their own backbones, but this is just the legal framework. Your personal option to do that hasn't been taken away. You're alive, you're not dead. You're not going to take your partner's surname, nah? No one is saying that you should. It's an option for those that do. You're not the only ones that exist, nor are you the basis for it. Everyone is acting as if like tomorrow they have to take their wife's surnames. They have to go to Home Affairs Vandaag. And that is some crazy ass performances from adults. You guys are big people. This is crazy. This is crazy behavior. It's not a must. And then to move it on, a lot of people are walking away from family. A lot of men are also cutting themselves off from toxic family members. They don't want to be associated with the type of people that raised them. Do they not have the option to take another surname because of you having issues with it? That's insane. That's insane. There are people that don't want that association. There are people that go by their mother's surnames already. Yeah, it's your grandfather's surname. It's your this is surname. And it keeps changing as per grandfather in your maternal line. It's still a maternal line to which you inherit that surname. So what insanity is everyone acting out right now? It's a performance. You guys are big people. What is this? Like, do you want help regulating your emotions? It's an option. Do you know what an option is? You can opt in or out. Busy, it's an attack on African Dontoni. How? Lesbians.
May I just say, may I just say that I think
Like they
everyone
are gays.
understands,
Like
everyone understands what's going on, and the reason why I say every single individual understands what's going on, because every single time there is something that is progressive that will give women the rights and the freedom that they deserve, they're there. But when there's anything progressive and there's anything that will actually give people freedom and autonomy, they're not there to be found. And so it's not that they don't understand what's going on, it's that they understand implicitly and explicitly, right, that this is about protecting their privilege that they gain from patriarchy. This is not at all a misunderstanding of how the system works or a misunderstanding of whether or not they have an option. They understand that every single minute thing that adds up to the privilege that men have is a pillar in terms of patriarchy. Like it's the nuanced things that make up the violence that manifests in society, the way that we dress, the bathrooms that we use, the terms that are used, even legally with things like Mr. and Mrs. and Miss and all these different terms. All of these things add up to the violence that ends up being perpetuated onto the woman or AFAB people. So I do not think that it is a fair statement to say that the people who are opposing this are actually doing this from a place of ignorance. They are aware of the privilege that they get from defending things like this, whether they make sense or not. Sorry, please repeat the last part. Um, Not necessarily. I think they're performative, as Gender Ender put it. They're performative. I don't think that they're actually upholding culture. For them to be able to uphold culture, they have to know it. They would have to know who they are. They'd have to know their culture in and out. And so I do not think that this is necessarily about upholding culture. I think it's about using culture as the scapegoat for Black men or African people to somehow assimilate to patriarchy and benefit from the privileges. This is not about culture.
Hello everybody. I'm just going to butt in to clarify legally at least what happened. So the Concords is the apex court in South Africa, right? They are not the legislature and they don't necessarily reflect the will of the people. What they do is like they're the arbiter of the constitution. Essentially, anyone in the country